Instagram, YouTube. I hope you guys can see me and hear me loud and clear. Hello, hello, hello. So let me reintroduce the title just to make sure that everybody on all the platforms can see it. So how to scale your business in the most efficient way, and then specifically speaking about coaching businesses or knowledge-based businesses, and really being able to get clearly how can you go and either like scale it from whatever it is that you have right now, or how can you even launch it with scalability. So hello everybody, I want to say hi again to Instagram. Do let me know where you guys are tuning in from, which country, not which platform. Hey Instagram, hello Facebook, how you guys doing? I just have to wave over there. And hello YouTube, super nice to be here with you guys as well. And I wanted to come on live for this very quick live video where I wanted to explain what, in my opinion, and having been able to work with so many businesses, and we helped so many businesses scale, how to do it effectively. And that's also because we get so many questions from people all around the world about how can you just get results quickly, and how can you also make sure that you have a freedom lifestyle business, which is what obviously our company is called, Freedom Lifestyle Creators. And so what is important in this whole question is that you want to keep it simple. So I want everybody to comment that below. We're just saying keep things simple. And this is one of the things, because especially when we're talking to people that perhaps have been in business for quite some time, but they're just not seeing any growth whatsoever, and they're getting a little bit tired, and they're just getting frustrated, or they're not just seeing the effectiveness of them making sales and sales coming into their business, or it just takes a lot of time, and therefore it's not efficient either. They have other things that they want to do, like being with the family, or if it is people, good people that have something that they want to offer, they want to make money on the side to be able to pay their bills and do whatever it is that they want to do, and they don't know where to start. Now, I was going to record this specific video for one of our clients. I'm not going to reveal the name, but I just wanted to say we have a lot of incredible clients with whom we do this entire scaling process ourselves. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to make this video for that client in particular. And then I was like, well, there's so many people asking us questions like, how do I scale? That I was like, let's just do two things in one. I'm going to explain to you guys, as I would to our client, about how we will take this client by the hand and do this entire scaling with the client. And in explaining how we would do it with our client, I want you guys to understand how you can do this too. So let me know if this makes sense. Also, let me know if you guys are able to hear me properly. Comment that below. And last but not least, I do want to let you guys know that for October, because we are now on the 19th of October at this moment of recording this video live with you guys, there are 2 more spaces of 2 more opportunities that we do the done for you scaling opportunity together. So if there's anybody watching this and thinks like, hey, I would like to scale, I'm going to drop the link in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. It's already in there. On Instagram, I'm just adding it in here right now. Again, in case anybody says like, I want to be able to get results before the end of this year, I'm really serious, I'm really dedicated, then this is the thing for you. Mind you, this is our team working on your behalf in certain areas, our team doing things for you and with you. So this is not like a, I say, small investment. It is a sizable investment, but it really is about what do you want to do. If you want to actually grow, you want to see results, you want to aim for 6 figures before the end of this year, then this is the thing for you. So let's dive in. So basically, there are 2 things that are super important when you want to scale. The first part, which we always like to start off with, is the strategy. What is it that you're going to do? But not just talking about strategy as in, okay, what is a nice simple thing that I can do that serves me now? But we want you to be able to scale both long-term and short-term, or both short-term and long-term. So that's a very important thing that you have to keep in mind, that you don't just go for just only quick wins. Even though you do want to have quick wins, you want those quick wins to also have longevity, so that you can keep going and keep growing, which is directly then going into step number 2, which I'm going to explain to you guys in a second, which is the system. Because one thing that I want you guys to very much understand is, first, you want to make sure that you find a way for you to get results. Find a way for you to go into the marketplace, to start working with people, benefiting people, and make sales. Get those wins, get cash flow, and allow yourself to grow as such. The second part is that you want to automate. And if you want to automate, you obviously need to make sure that you have a system, a business system, or a business process, or a marketing and sales process, however you want to call it, but a process that works and a process that is bringing you results. Because if that process is working for you and it is bringing you the results, then obviously it makes so much sense to go and scale that and to obviously reach a lot more people and therefore get a lot more results. So let's talk about the first part first, which is the strategy. And again, if you're working with us, we do all of this with you or for you. If you're doing this by yourself, then make sure that you identify all of these things for yourself. So the first thing that's very important for us is because we don't just help people build businesses, we help people build empires. And we define an empire as a powerful empire brand thing ecosystem where you have multiple streams of income. And that those multiple streams of income ideally will start in a symbiotic way, but eventually can grow in a lot of other ways as well, like completely different businesses there. But the thing with that is that very many people are only looking at the short term, which means that if you don't reverse engineer your empire from where you want to see it in the next 10 years, then you're probably going to get into a point where you see, oh my goodness, I've done all this work, but right now it's for nothing because it's not going to serve me in my other businesses. So we always start off by asking the question, like, where would you like to see your empire in 10 years? How does it look like? What kind of income streams or what kind of topics do you see yourself providing value into the marketplace? It could be that you say, hey, I'm a yoga teacher right now, and I would love to go and continue doing that and maybe have a course and maybe, be able to take what you're already doing in your yoga classes business to the online world. You can serve people all around the world. Now, what could be a second symbiotic income stream? It could be that you open an e-commerce store where you sell yoga mats and where you sell yoga clothing and all these things that are connected to yoga. Now, what is next? Perhaps you want to go into real estate. This may be a little bit further from it, but if you think about, hey, I want to have centers around the world. So basically, what you want to start thinking of is, if it was all up to you, where would you like to see yourself in 10 years? And then start seeing, okay, what would then those pillars of that empire be? Now, once you have established that, and what we do with our clients, once we have established, like, this is where you want to be, the next thing that we do is we basically look at all of those different parts, all of the different things that you want to do, and we basically take it to those two steps right here. Number one, based on the empire that you want to build, we extract what would be the best branding to do with that. And for those of you who follow my channel, you will know that most of the time we recommend personal branding, because as a person, obviously people buy into people first and foremost, but also you have a lot of flexibility in terms of different income streams, testing different things if you're new to business, but also just the longevity, because one person can have multiple businesses and you're not losing your audience by doing something radically different if you choose to do that. And so it's a lot more powerful because you can leverage all of your efforts that you put in the beginning, the relationships that you build, the empowerment that you give, and everything, the business that you generate from that, into all other empires, or sorry, all other income streams in the empire as well. Now, should you think, I don't want to show my face, I don't want to be able to, have people get to know me, or I want to really do a business brand, that's possible too. There's a lot of different companies that do that and do that effectively. As a matter of fact, Freedom Lifestyle Creators is also a company brand, but the biggest efforts are pushed towards, in my case, my personal brand. So there's different choices to be made, but we typically advise personal brand. Now, in any case, whatever your choice may be, you just want to make sure that the name of that brand does not have anything limiting in there. For instance, if you call yourself Tjibaria Coach, Tjibaria the business coach, Tjibaria the sales coach, it's limiting. Because if I go into real estate, which we are doing, nobody's going to buy real estate from Tjibaria the sales coach. It just doesn't make any sense. So that would be a limiting brand name. Make sure you don't have that. So after it's established and you understand, okay, what am I going to be doing? Then also you want to figure out, what is then the most efficient way out of all of these possible business income streams that you could have, and which one you perhaps already have if you're already in business. What is the most efficient way to get to that outcome that you have established right here in draft? And it could be that you have a business already and that business is the most powerful, most efficient to scale up. It could also be that you have to make some tweaks to that business to make it efficient. It could also be that you're actually then thinking, wait a second, maybe this business isn't the most efficient. Maybe I could do a different business out of the set of possible businesses that you have envisioned for yourself. that is a lot more efficient. So here it's really about effectively and like with common sense and knowledge, look at what is scalable and what gets you to a place where you're financially free and financially powerful. So what is the most efficient business to choose and to go and scale? And with that, who's the avatar that you're serving? And more generally speaking, who's the avatar that could be served by this entire brand? And are those avatars different? Could it be that the Empire avatar is slightly different or slightly more broad than the business avatar? Could very well be. But it's basically an understanding like what is that and how can you get this business to scale the fastest is what should drive who the avatar is and who the person is that you're speaking to. So in my case, we have 3 different avatars that we speak to. We speak to either companies that are already doing millions and they want to scale by being a lot more efficient, having systems in place, and having their teams trained professionally and all that sort of stuff. That's one avatar. Another one is people that are entrepreneurs, are in business, but they need to get to their next level, whatever that next level may be. It could be from 6 figures to 7 figures to beyond, whatever that is for you. It could also be that you have started your business, but you're not seeing any money coming in. That's not a good thing. You need to make money. You don't have to work on a website. You don't have to work on a ton of things. Like so many coaches specifically, they work on creating their courses all before they ever speak to a person. That's not going to be beneficial for you. You want to focus on how can I go and be with the people? How can I listen to the people? How can I solve their problems? And with that, then you can always go back and say, hey, let me go to the drawing board, let me adapt a few things. But how can you also infuse it with pre-selling? Now, again, if you're new to business, new to this channel, you might not know what that is. I did a video about it a few weeks ago, I guess. So you can watch that one as well if you want to know more about that. Because again, for us, what is really important, especially if we will be working with you, is efficiency. We want our clients to get results yesterday. So what's the fastest way to be able to establish that is what is key. So what is efficient? Go get that and then start putting yourself in the marketplace and focus on this person when you're doing your branding, when you're doing your marketing. So the next thing then also is once you then establish, okay, what is my best business model? How can you then have packages or offers in place that are in fact scalable? Because again, to give an example, there's a ton of people, they do a lot of incredible things and they do it in a one-to-one level. And that's awesome. We do one-to-one stuff as well. But the thing is that you need to very well understand at which level you do that. Because if you say, I'm going to offer something that is low ticket, it's below $1,000, and you're doing a lot of one-to-one stuff in there, you're never going to scale. It's just not physically possible. So you have to figure out, okay, what kind of offers am I going to have? And what is the pricing of that? So this is the area of packaging and pricing to really make sure that you do have a set of offers without scattering. So that's an interesting part that we always take our clients through. How do you do that without having like too many different things out there, but it's actually the same core, which is then in different tiers by means of offering that. And then what are the best price points for that? All to ensure that it remains efficient and that it remains scalable and that it remains massively valuable to your audience and to your clients coming forward. So that's the next part. Now, once you have all of these things, then what we do with our clients is we actually take that extra step that we help them in this entire process, like literally help you map out or tweak the existing business that you have. Understanding really, and this is again, for us, efficiency is of the essence. So if there are any business coaches and you're thinking about how can you create a powerful offer that will allow other people to want to work with you, think about efficiency. Think about how can you get your clients results. So in our world, what that looks like is that we only want to have 2 calls with you and you have all the clarity that you can go out there, implement and get results. So that's a very important part. So within those space, in that 2 calls, what we do is we really help you in this entire thing so that you leave the call and are able to make money and are able to do it in a way that is long-term scalable. But as that is part of that too, we do establish both the short-term as well as the long-term business strategy. And it's important for me to talk about it for just a second, because when we talk about long-term and short-term really means that we want any of the people that we work with to be able to implement this short-term and generate 10K, 50K, or 100K as soon as humanly possible. That's short term. How can you allow yourself to have that level of clarity, confidence, conviction, and you know exactly what to do? And that's why all of these deliverables come into place in just a second. That you know, okay, this is what I need to do, and this is how I'm going to put money in my bank. How I'm going to allow myself to have a powerful set of capital so that you are able to scale with that capital forward, which I'm going to explain in a second. So that's short term. How can we make sure that our clients make money? Second part is the longer term, because long term is also about how can I then build the efficiency in there? How can I allow it to take me less time? How can I allow me to reach even more people? And how can I just make sure that the whole process of whatever it is that I do is made more and more efficient? So that's that basically established that you walk away with a short-term strategy and a long-term strategy, so that in the short term you can make money, and in the long term you know how to scale. Now, with all of that, what we do with our clients, and for the client that I have in mind, this is what we will do for you and with you. We go through all of these things and give you a precise business scaling plan with both the short-term and the long-term strategies in there. An entire plan for how to run your social media, what kind of content to post, who are other people that are already crushing it in your area that you can learn from and that you can be inspired by, and then create your own content. How can you do it in such a way that it's not just you running after your avatar, but actually be more magnetic and allow your avatar to come to you? How can you allow the person to look at it and think like, whoa, this person is awesome, this business is awesome, the solution is awesome, I would like to know more, I want to raise my hand. So how do you do that? And how do you do it in a consistent manner and understanding the stats so that you're not going to be like, oh, you're going to try to go live for 7 days and then like, oh, it doesn't work. And not understanding how to make it work. That's very important. So a whole bunch of mindset and clarity and understanding of statistics. And by the way, this is not the boring statistics in school. This is the statistics that allows you to actually make money. That's what we cover as well. And then besides that, a clear marketing and sales plan that allows you, again, to go out there to know what to do. Because one of the things, and some of you listening to this, they're like, no, I already know what to do, could be the case. Most of our clients really value having a step-by-step practical plan. Because there are too many people, and I do want to put this from my heart to your hearts. There are too many people that I speak to that work incredibly hard, but they're not making any money, or they're not making money consistently. And that's not good. And if you're listening to this and this is you, think about what could you be doing. And usually what we determine when we run those strategy calls with our clients is that we see that yes, you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're not focusing on income producing activities. And income producing activities should be 90%, if not more, of your time. So when it comes to what is the marketing, what is the sales, how do I actually offer things? Like we build an entire deck for our clients so that you know this is what I need to do now, this is what I need to do next, this is what I need to do next, such that you go from a cold person to a client that is happy and is wanting to work with you forevermore. That's the thing that you want to know. Now, all of this being in place, understanding what to do, this then allows you to go out there and start seeing results ASAP, whilst keeping in mind the statistics, the algorithms, understanding what are the numbers involved in getting a goal accomplished. But then, obviously, once this is in place, you want to then figure out, okay, how do I scale it? And again, I want to make a very important part. There are too many people also that focus on scaling and systems, even though they're not actually making money. You don't want to do that. You first want to make sure that you have a proof of concept. Now, mind you, we do have a lot of students that actually do both, which is also nice. We have free spirits that understand that they're focusing and they're being trained on how to get those results, how to basically organically scale to 6 figures. And whilst they're doing that and implementing that, they're also getting the system ready. That's totally fine. But it's not good to go and just stare blindly on the system based on a process that doesn't work to begin with. And that's very important for people to understand. Also, if anybody's watching this and is thinking about, I need my website, forget about websites. Websites, even though they have their purpose and their forte, they're not going to be the thing that's going to make a difference to you getting results and scaling forward. They're not as conversion optimized as other systems can be, such as funnels, for instance. So all of that being in place, What we want our clients to walk away with, and what we do when we do this done for you scaling opportunity, we focus on first you understanding that that marketing and sales plan actually works, that you have an ability to be able to share your value with a client, have the client actually raise their hand and say, I'm interested, I like what you're sharing, have a way to communicate with the client, for instance, through chats or from calling or from whatever else that you want to do, then have efficiency in being able to further the conversation by you adding more value, building the trust, and then allowing your client to see a better future and understanding that with you, they're actually going to get there. And they're going to get there in an enjoyable way and in an efficient way. And then from that, obviously, whatever other steps are there, perhaps some follow-up, then you make the money. Now, once you have that system that actually works and with which you can easily go and grow towards six figures or even multiple six figures, why do I know that? It's because that's one of the things that I did as well. But once that is in place, then you want to automate it. So you basically, in terms like a basic rule for automation, if you see what is a process that works and a process that typically you keep repeating for yourself and you keep losing time in that stuff and you make things less efficient. For instance, one thing that I don't really align with, but that a lot of people say is that I don't want to waste my time on people that are not serious. Now, I get where the sentiment comes from because a lot of people, bless their soul, work and speak and talk to a lot of people. And in my opinion, because they're not properly trained, are not able to close the deal. Hence, they blame the not good people. Now, that's not entirely wrong because great marketing and great systems help you prioritize and have efficiency in that selection and filtering process. But moreover, having the right training allows you to, even when it's not a qualified lead, add so much value that you will do business. So keep that in mind when looking at the following. But coming back to it, how can you make this process efficient? How can you make sure that whenever you have conversations, that it is with those people that are most interested and that are ready to go and they're like, man, where have you been all my life? Now, the way how to do that and how we do this for our clients is we actually build that entire system for our clients. We basically go and say, okay, what is that way of how you can give that free value first, also known as a lead magnet of some sort, that allows the right types of people to raise their hand and be like, yes, I want to know more. I want to be interested. I want to go and see what you have, or even more serious, I want to go and work with you. Now, from that, you build your list. You obviously build the people that are coming in. Make sure you acquire the right type of data. Don't be like those old guys that always only say, oh, just email addresses. There's more to life than just email addresses. But then from that, have something that does the qualification for you. Have something in place that allows you to save that time that you would normally spend in all this ongoing conversation and actually see who are the ones that are most serious. By the way, doesn't mean that you're not going to talk to those people that only raise their hands, but there's importance in prioritizing. Both for you, both for the clients, those that are most ready should be served first. And those that are still figuring things out, are not aware of their problems or of you or whatever else under the sun, they maybe can also have their learning and trust building process with you a little bit elongated whilst you serve those that are ready to be served. So all of that can be done through some form of assessment, questionnaire, survey, something that allows you to ask those questions that you would normally spend a lot of time asking the people. Now, all of that stuff being done, then you want to make sure that, hey, let's have that conversation. Let's go and be able to do a deal of some sort that will benefit the client, that will benefit you, and allows you to also see if this is the right fit for both parties. And then that can a lot of the times be done through automations. How can they automatically book in your calendar? How can they automatically get in touch with you or your team so that that conversation happens and that there is efficiency? Now, just as a very quick point for everybody, and I know this video is taking a bit longer than I wanted it to take, but I want to ask everybody here, does this make sense so far? Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this kind of feels like, oh my goodness, this is actually nice and I want to be able to do it. Because my message is that everyone can do it. Why do I know it? Because we work with all sorts of people. People that have been in business for 40 years or longer, people that have just started and they're fresh out of school or in school still. Yeah, I just want you to know that anyone can do it. But at the end of the day, you have to understand this. And I want to quote the incredible Rajesh. He always says this, even though you have automation, You remain the driver of your business. Don't be like, oh, automation will do all of the work and you don't have to do anything. It's not going to work either. So you are the one operating this system. You are the one driving this system, but this system allows you to scale to 7 figures, 8 figures, and beyond. Now, I hope this video was helpful. If there's anybody thinking, okay, how to go about this, I want to know more about it, I want to actually work with you guys, there is a link in the description where you can apply for a opportunity, a done for you scaling opportunity. It is a strict selection. You have to go through some steps to be able to see if you actually qualify. And also just to let everybody know, this is not going to be a free thing and there is a hefty investment. But that's also because we're looking for people that actually want to make 6 figures within the next few months. Minimal. And if you want to go beyond that, to 7 figures or even beyond that, that's possible too. So if that is you, then make sure to click on the link, apply. If you have a question, feel free to comment the question below. I have to go for my next appointment, but I hope this video was valuable for you guys. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys get many results with scaling. So let's go, everybody. Bye, Instagram. Bye, YouTube. And bye, Facebook.